Hi there, I'm Shoddy, and today we're playing Betrayal at Krondor episode 12. And where did we leave off, I wonder? We escaped the dungeon and we're moving towards the south. That's right. We went down the east road and the south road, and it led us to a dead end. Well, not really. There was an army blocking my way, so I guess we have to go this way. I think we're trying to either get to the north of this forest to alert the army that the attack is coming to North Warden, or maybe we're trying to get to Krondor. We didn't go into this town yet, I don't believe, Armengar, and let's do that. Oops, if you want to catch the previous episodes or find any more of the games I played, you should check out the live tab of my YouTube. There's a playlist over there, and I appreciate any likes and subscribes and follows that you can give me on this channel or that channel. If you're watching the VOD, please and thank you very much. Let's go to Armengar. Funeral pall hung over the broken stone walls of Armengar as a thick, oily smoke rose from dark cracks in the ground. There's no "the" there? Scavengers thrived in the ruins, living on the artifacts they found like mushrooms supping on the decayed bones of some old dead thing. Slowly the Moradel would reclaim their city and restore its ancient name. Sar is Bandia. There's a tavern, there's a shop, and there's something to enter down there. Check out the tavern. The Giant's Broth. Conversation within the room halted briefly as Gorth pushed his way inside the room, returning a nod from a rough-looking pair of mercenaries who otherwise seemed engaged in a dispute over a lost bet. Gorth motioned to the figure. The man walked over to join them. He stood before them, eyebrows arched inquisitively. Ermelin, what's on your lip there, bud? Drink what you can for Delicon. We'll have the rivers running piss and chickens laying dust for us once this is at an end. There is nothing to be gained in this campaign, but the sparks in his eyes have blinded him. Damn the Six. Damn those magicians that lead us to death and imprison us all. I see that you have little wish to keep your head attached to your shoulders, Ermelin. Your tongue wags and you drool your brains onto the table for all to see. Your drink makes you a fool. What the drink makes me is only of concern to me and the tavern keeper. Leave me be, Yellowtail. I suggest you consider advice from one who has suffered Delicon's wrath and lived to tell the tale. I take it that some acquaintances of yours have been detained by Delicon's magicians. What of it? Nothing's to be done. The Six have thrown Obkar to Betrayal and his dogs, and tomorrow they'll come around and hurry the lot of us to our deaths. Vino-Trier? Propose we help one another rather than work against. What could you offer in exchange for Obkar's release from the naphtha mines? If you can manage that, I can get you half the boy's weight in gold or the equivalent thereof. Obkar's tribe alone would be willing to pay such a ransom. And get you hence and gather those fees, and we will see what may be engineered. We will meet you again in this tavern when we have achieved Obkar's release. I don't know where the naphtha mines are, but maybe we'll run into him. This guy's probably the gambler, right? Yeah, we don't want to gamble. Do I need food? We do not. Oh, let's click on the other people. I should look up what that word means. The man accepted their company. Owen chatted idly with the rough-looking fellow as Gorth looked on, making certain that in his ebullient, I don't know what that word is, mood, the magician didn't slip and give away the true purpose of their travels. Where are you headed? The man asked, describing a large arc with his ale cup. Any place interesting? Actually, we're not headed in any specific direction, Gorth intervened. We're wandering, looking for an employer, treasure to watch, caravan to guard. The man snickered. Or a caravan to steal from, eh? Freebooters then. Well, there's not much going on in the kingdom these days, not in the west. The prince has seen it. Rose are safe and his vassals happy. For the likes of us, he's taken all the fun out of life. Gorth nodded. You're not the first one to say so. This is the same thing. Play to loot. 19 sovereigns. Go to the shop. Forge. I don't think I need any of that. Gorth investigated. Peering into the smoke-filled hole, he was unable to see anything. Although he was certain he smelled something like the burning of oil. For a long moment he stared into the darkness before returning to his companion. The fires still burn underground here, he said to Owen. 10 years ago past when this fortress was attacked by Myrmindamus. The man who held his ancient Moradel city has set it ablaze rather than see the Moradel take it again. Do you hate him for it? Owen asked, seeing Gorth's pain expression. Moradel shook his head. No. As much as we should have done when Delicon first raided our villages. Gorth coughed, nearly passing out from the intense fumes within the cavern. He was only able to take a few steps inside before the light was completely obscured by oily smoke. Still, there seemed to be a small hole dug in the wall of the cavern next to the entrance, which he thought he could just reach. Gorth squinted. Between the poor natural lighting and the fact that his eyes had not completely adjusted to the darkness, he was uncertain what might or might not have been inside. Isn't a place for it. Darn, how many left? How many are left? One. We shall use it. Oh, I guess it took the ice off my blade. Maybe I should have had ice down here if I'm getting the fire stuff. Is that the one I clicked on, or they both have the same thing? Okay. And something here. Curiosity won him over. Pushing rubble out of the way, Gorth groped in the hole, hoping that someone might have left something valuable behind. Naphtha, Gorth coughed, feeling the sticky black substance adhering to his fingers as he grabbed a greasy bottleneck. Feeling that the fumes were beginning to get to him, he stumbled out of the way from the hole. That's it. And we ended up with more naphtha. Lots more. We put it on our armor? No. I think I probably have enough of it. This is about that emerald. Was something with. There was a something south of Sargoth. I can summon the Lord of the Void, I guess. The emerald. Maybe that's important later, but it sounds kind of scary to me. Alright, let's continue our travel south, I guess. We'll probably run into some bad guys on the road. Does that mean we should stay off the road? I don't know. Check out what's over here. The next time I play a dark game like this, I might have to turn up the brightness on the recording for viewer purposes. I checked out my last video where I started in the prison. It was basically just a black screen until I got up to a door. Next time. Next game, maybe. Next episode, maybe. I don't think I want any of this. What's my armor snapper doing? Pretty good. There's a bridge. Bad guys in front of it? Yeah, uh-oh. One swallowed hard. The Mordor moss troopers guarding the bridge greeted them with icy stares as they approached. No one shall pass this point without word from Morolf, threatened one of the guests. Do you know the password? Uh-oh. Yes. Gorth stared at them. Martha's gone away for several days. We were unable to determine the password, but we have his sanction, so if you would allow us to go through. I'm no fool, the guard said, his cold eyes burning into Owen. You will not pass this way until you have the password. Is that perfectly clear to you? No one passes across this bridge. Is there a way around? Or have I got to go find the Naphtha mines to rescue, I don't know what that guy's name, Ermelin's son, or Ermelin's clan leader, or clan leader's son? Uh-oh. No, I don't know the password. Gorth shook his friend. The guard eyed him suspiciously, then motioned to Owen. Your mercenary friend is a bit lean, don't you think? He's only a stripling. Without dropping his gaze, Gorth replied, he is no mercenary, but a spy sent from the kingdom to steal secrets from the Six. He has told me where the other soldiers are waiting in the hills. The Six told me I am to go and find if the boy is telling the truth. The guard didn't even hesitate. The Six have no authority to tell you to do so. Only Morrel can authorize passage across the span. Now leave, the both of you, before we run you through. Ah. I guess I walked the wrong direction. Nice misses. I guess I'll go poke this guy. You can't cast spells when I'm beside him. Boom. They like fire. I don't see how much damage I did to him. Alright. We're gonna have to chase that guy down. Or he casts more spells. Uh-oh. $94. I just heal Gorth for 20? That's not very much. Lightning bolt that guy so he doesn't get away. For flavor purposes. Can't let anybody know. I wonder if I'll be able to cross the bridge after I knock these guys out. Probably not, is my guess. Near the bridge? Alright. Well. Turns out I just had to knock them out. That's coughing up a hairball in the other room. He gets the anti-hairball food, so hopefully that helps her out. Uh-oh. They've been recognized. Cursing that they come so close to slipping past the guard, Gorth warned Owen to prepare for the worst. I've been recognized, he shouted. They have orders to kill us both. Should have powered up my weapon again with the naphtha. Oh boy. There's a lot of missing you guys are doing. Press wing. Nope. Only 30. Guy's got some good armor, I guess. I don't know why I'm getting so many attacks and the enemy isn't. All piled in one spot. Napa. I'm gonna put that in there for now. With that. Anything else I can get rid of? I don't really need that dragon stone. Might need it for a fight later, I don't know. No one's really attacking me with too much fire every battle. "22 uses of that, sure." I missed a body there, but it doesn't much matter. The man approached them, still breathing heavily from their fight. Owen barely managed to wave a greeting at the kingdom soldier who lumbered towards them. Finn. "Boy, you're just about the luckiest horse son I've ever laid eyes on. If we hadn't have heard the commotion down the pass, I think the goblins would have been having noble stew about now. Nearly took out your friend here until I seen that he appeared to be fighting at your side. Now I don't know what you think you're doing in the Northlands with these Moradel. Very important that you take us to Prince Arutha." "What? The cold's gotten to you, boy. What makes you think I'm going to take time off from my duties and trot your behind down the Krondor?" "Prince Arutha isn't in Krondor. He's likely still stationed with his Krondorian lancers just outside of the Dimwood near Sethanon. We need you to escort us to his camp." "Why would he be there, and why would he want to see a boy and a Moradel?" "The prince just sent us to spy on them, all right. They'd never suspect a scrawny 19-year-old boy and a Moradel, so that's why he sent us. We have information about a planned attack on the kingdom, and it's vital we get this information to him." "How do I know you're telling the truth?" "You don't. But if you don't take us and the Moradel over on Northwarden, do you really think you're going to be able to sleep with yourself?" "I have to give you one thing. If you're a gambler, you sure don't bid low. Come on, let's get moving. The Dimwood's hell and back from here, and the prince won't want to be kept waiting. Let's move. Let's get us the hell out of here, Lieutenant. The sooner the better." 4th, evaded capture, and at last we were intercepted by your guards at the Inclindale Pass. The journey south of your camp here outside Dimwood took many long days, but we moved with great haste as our message is vital. Cool. Arutha. Very interesting tale, but how do I know a word of it is true? Can I believe that the scroll you have given me is a genuine article and not a forgery trumped up by Delicon? I was very explicit with you before, Gorth. I refuse to act until I have word from Senor James. He told us to give you a message, but it's odd, sire. What exactly did he say? He said to tell you there's a party at Mother's, and a good time will be had by all. Gods, Laurie and Jimmy used that phrase years ago. All right then. James has saved the pair of you your necks, and me a good portion of grief. Now I must settle down to the matter of finding what Delicon is thinking. If this report is correct, then the best force he could muster would be a number at most 2,000 warriors, a pitiful spit in the eye for a castle assault. You believe he has something else in mind? Undoubtedly. As James indicated in his brief note, it would take some spectacular strategy on Delicon's part to take the castle, and honestly, he has never displayed that kind of wit. We faced him before when he was still a field captain for Myrmendamus. Damus? Wherever he is going, he will no doubt hit fast and run for high ground. Now we have to establish where that high ground is. Shall we accompany you to Northwarden? No, I have a much more important task for you, though I doubt you will find it as exciting. I need you to return to Krondor immediately. Inform Master Magician Pug of the situation. Considering his tactics, I have a feeling Delicon may have a few surprises in store for us. If that bastard brings anything magical to bear, I want to know what it is and how to counteract it. You leave immediately. Chapter 5. When Rivers Run Blood. James's breath emerged from his lips as a frosty white cloud. Below him, Senor Locklear negotiated scrub brush as he worked his way up the winding mountain path. He cursed expansively as a thorn bush caught in the chinks of his leg guards, and he paused to throw his friend an exasperated frown. James smiled and then turned to look over the snowy peaks that marked the boundary of Mordell territory. 5 hours after arriving at Northwarden, Barrett Gabbett had called both he and Locklear into his meeting room. While worried about James's story of Nighthawks, he was far more concerned about that his magical advisor had not reported back from investigating possible Mordell activity. With a large band of the Dark Brothers approaching his castle, he feared that the old magician might have fallen into enemy hands. So, reluctantly, he had asked the 2 seniors to finish Patris's job. Luckily arrived puffing, his face haloed by mist. I thought I was going to have to come down there and carry you up, James said, grinning. You shouldn't have stayed up all night with that serving girl. I didn't expect to have to get up at the crack of dawn, Locklear growled, yanking a twig from his chainmail. Mountain climbing and armor do not mix. Suddenly, the 2 seniors wheeled to the sound of a horrible mewling. This is Patris. We met him, didn't we? If it weren't bad enough, I had to chase you. You made me get rocks in my best shoes. I'm blistered. Knowing how mad I get when my feet hurt, I get river bottom mud sucking badger whacked mad. Excuse us. Go away, I'm busy right now. This here, Mordell, begging your pardon, but I am Senor James, and this is Senor Locklear. We have been sent by the Baron Gabbett to find you. You are his magical advisor, aren't you? Just Patris, please. I don't ken to titles much. Glad to meet you. I've just been out trying to get some information about these Mordell. They've been getting too close to the castle, and it was making my tongue itch. Man can't respectably eat that a ways. Have you learned something about the attack? Only that there's 6 companies I'm creeping in the woods somewhere. I don't know exactly where yet. I think they've got their own magicians, too. Magicians? The Baron will be sorry to hear that, and I'll wager. We need to return to the castle. Which way would be the quickest? Northwarden. Oh, that away. Okay. Sure. $44 and $47, barding and haggling. You guys good at barding too. We got the spyglass now. Where's it in my west? Where even are we? I read all that, but I didn't pay attention that much. He's all buffed up. He's got nothing. Locklear. What is that armor? Eyes of Ishap. Do you know that spell? He does. Do I need that spell? Let's sell that. What book is this? Psalms of Dala. Everybody read it. I think I'm supposed to take this guy, Patris, back to his lord, High Warden. Mavon, I'm concerned by Count Corvallis' increasing patrols in the area, and I think he will soon discover the entrance behind the waterfall. No, you don't credit him with much intelligence, but this patrol may accidentally follow one of Delacon's envoys. Please return south to Cavalry Keep as soon as possible. Well, we did that already. Can't believe they just have garbage kingdom armor. Next time I play through, James is going to, I don't know, bring some extra armor with him. Oh, we don't have a Mordell to read it. Ah, ha, 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 ha. That's funny. I wonder if there's a spell I can use to read that. Oops. Union. Allows the caster to read Mordell. Good thing I looked. Also got Eyes of Ishap and Scent of Serig. Oops. Atris felt a shifting in his mind. It was as though his brain suddenly turned itself around and the thoughts in his head were scrambling to return order to the chaos and achieve some sense of equilibrium. At last, images began to form, and finally words and letters. Though these were not the same thoughts he was accustomed to thinking, they were Mordell. It doesn't live within a house, nor does it live without. Most will use it when they come in, and again when they go out. Or... I guess I, been here and answered these already, maybe? This side of a wolf hand has the most air outside. So these are the chests that probably had all that food in it, and I was like, I probably need this food to escape from the Northlands. Rations? Anybody have rope? No. Have some rope. She has tasteful friends and tasteless enemies. Tears are often shed on her behalf. Never has she broken a heart. Onion. Yeah, all the food. Let's make sure none of it's poisoned. He's got 28, he's got 29, he's got... Fine. 34. $33. Goblins. Their advantage was lost. No, Patras. Oh no, Locklear. This stinks. This guy can't hit nothing. Nor can he move very fast. Oh boy. Oh man, you're getting killed. Oh no, he's frozen too. Well, that was a battle. That was a battle. Come on, old man. Can't believe we're getting wrecked. And should be game over because both guys are frozen, right? Yep. We should save the game actually, so we don't accidentally corrupt the save or something. That would suck. We go around these guys. Are they on the road or off the road? Maybe dark will help. Maybe coming straight down the road will help. maybe I can rest a little bit because Patras used that spell and lost some hit points. Maybe he'll be a little better. Nope. Any of this helpful? Maybe it'll make Locklear hit more often. Will this protect me against cold? What it protects me against? He's probably already got it on his armor. Seems heard sound. Ooh. We're not frozen. We'll kill the freezing guy. Just hit. Oof. Kill that guy. Oh. Patras. I don't know what to do with you. Punch him. I guess I should have used defend. Go help Patras. Defend. Battle spells you got. Skyfire, Fetters of Rhyme, Evil Seek. Early Eyes. Basically the same ones Owen has. Only doesn't have the best spell. Skin of the Dragon. I need you to stop with that. Go level up your punching. Nope. Better armor, maybe? Blessed Broadsword. I don't think I need that. I got lots of money. Maybe I should repair that guy's armor. Now. 25. What does this do? Plus 15. Does that add up to 30 or not? Or does it add up to like 17, 16 and a half? Oh, wait. Let's assume that it sucks. Black Nimbus. No idea. Oh, we rested, so let's read the book. There's gonna be lots of hard battles in the way. We use our stuff. The Icer. What's this do again? Improves swordplay. Let's drink it up. This one I think is improves archery, right? No. For Lancers tournaments. Unbalancing effects in combat. Might be more damage for less accuracy. Bad guys. The enemy jump back. Can't reach that guy. Stab him on the way. Hold my strength, didn't ya? Hold his strength too. Beatrice. Can't reach him. Go anyways. I didn't know that guy was a caster either. Ben Beatrice. Oof. Lucky. Beatrice is on fire. He's poisoned. Do I have any anti-venom? No. Eat one of those. Wonder if he dies if I rest. Oh, he's dead. Damn. Hmm. Near death 99. Should have eaten more herbs when he started getting hurt, I guess. Now what's it say? Near death 49. Well, had lots of food. Had to drink some potions though. Nice. I'll take that for now. Alright, is this North Warden? Probably. Take a right. They agreed to attack. The enemy jump back. I should have used the icer on my sword again or something. Well, at least we can cast something. Let's do Evil Seek, maybe. Wait. Black Nimbus deactivates trap crystals. Interesting. Yeah, let's do a full power Evil Seek. Oh. Can't cast it on these guys. Oh, let's hit this guy. Ooh, is that a critical or something? Oh, it does like double health. Yeah! Kick ass, Patrick. Patrick. Yes, this is Patrick. No, this is Patrick, is what he says. I've never watched SpongeBob. What are these guys called? Sentinel Ogre. What is this guy called? Mortal Spellcaster. Does he really only have a sword? I think I'm getting the ogres. Okay. North Warden. Let's go. Shop and a palace. With a shop. Got dragon armor. Should I buy it? Patras needs the dragon armor. Wait. This guy good at haggling? Wanna haggle that? Fine by me, you're a crazed man. I'm surprised you didn't try to nick it. Sorry about that. Nice. Give me $23. 100%. 60. You know what? We'll buy another set of dragon armor. Whetstone, armor. Better whetstone for you. How many ropes do we have? 10? That'll be enough. What else you got? I'll buy that, some of them. Nice. What is this one? Eyes of Ishap? I don't think we need that. Don't want it. Alright. Back to kicking butt now. Left his legacy to Northwarden by a baron who cared more about leisure than practicality, the Great Hall was still maintained with a military discipline, no corner of it left unscrubbed or cluttered by the unnecessary. It seems our time for preparations is at an end. 2 of my field captains were found dead in areas through which a mortal strike force will likely come. That leaves me with 1 garrison company and 2 field companies operating under green commanders. That does not make for an advantage in the siege. What of Duke Martin? I know he was visiting here. He's already in the field with my rangers. I want you 2 to work with him to find ways to slow down or stop the oncoming enemy companies. Our scouts have estimated the Moradel fielded about 1,500 men. So you have 300 men here in a castle. It's far more than you need to stop that many soldiers. There are Nighthawks that have infiltrated my troops. We will likely lose more than field captains before this is all over. We have to assume for the moment that the Moradel knows something that we don't. We could stop even half their number. I imagine we can defuse whatever plan it is they have. So any questions before you begin? Duke Martin. Where can we find Duke Martin? Is he in the castle somewhere? I asked him to stay relatively close to the castle so my guards could find him in the instance of an emergency. You'll have to search for him yourself. While you're at it, perhaps you can find what has become of our minstrel, Tamni. He may have quit the castle. Minstrels are not noted for their staying power through great battles. It will work against the morale of the men should he remain absent. I want you to find him and use whatever means you have at your disposal to bring him back here. Even if you bring him back in chains and rucksack tied over his head. With the battle coming close to hand, I want nothing to divide the men. Bye. All that in mind, I think we can probably handle our assignments. Excellent. I shall be glad to see you and Locklear in action. Patras, you stay with them and help them in any way you can. You are far more familiar with the area and as lucid at giving directions as any of the rest of my men. We're off then. We'll come back and report to you later if we find anything important or if Duke Martin sends us. Nothing. It's over here. Suspicious pile of leaves. Yeah, we already found that. There's no tavern, just a shop and a palace. Alright, well. Where are we going to find Duke Martin? I guess we go north. We'll meet the attack. Sure. Just have to kill 750 of them. This will all be over. Shall, sure. Let's light up a torch so they see us coming. God, that's hard on the eyes. Might look better on the stream, though. There's a bad guy. He doesn't see me with my torch out. Oh, what did that say? James counted, although he'd beaten tremendous odds in various ventures. I mean, he knew sheer numbers of opponents could easily overwhelm them. We won't be able to take all these fellows. Maybe we can try another tactic to get by them. Well, put the torch out, bro. Sneak around him. James counted. Alright. What? No, we're not making it. We're not making it. Ah! They're coming! That would be neat if they came down, but they're just standing there. Well, let's run away then. Like, the only other place to go is the other direction. Patras, you fool. Where is this man? Duke Martin, where are you? This is where we started. Where does this go? Encamp on the Teeth or Kenting Rush? Oh. They were not alone. Locklear's pulse quickened as he saw the lone figure approach, but when it became apparent that they were not being attacked, he relaxed a bit, squinted slightly in an attempt to see who was about to join them. Duke Martin. I knew when I saw Senior Locklear prowling about with Baron Gabbett, you couldn't be far behind. How's my princely brother Arutha? Fine when I last saw him. He's outside of the Dimwood with a small force waiting for our messengers to reach him. What are you doing so far from Cryde anyway? Brianna have you hunting rabbits for the ducal stew? No, but soon we'll be hunting for larger game than that. Seems this small wrinkle developing in the Northlands is about to become a kingdom problem if what Locklear told me was correct. Just glad to have you two here to lend a hand. Is King Lime gonna join the party? Doubtful. This engagement isn't serious enough to warrant bringing the king into it. He's got his hands full enough with the Keshian Empire. It seems one of our kingdom ships accidentally mistook one of our Empress's Imperial frigates as a pirate ship and sunk it with all hands on board. Naturally, Lord Hazra Khan is having a conniption. We'll have to fight out Northwarden's battle on our own. What can Locklear and I do? I have most of Baron Gabbett's rangers out checking up on the movements of the enemy. So I need you three to give me a hand with various missions. I hope you three are in the mood for a bit of running about. Crossbows. Prince Arutha has told me on several occasions you're the finest archer he knows. Arutha also used to tell his sister Carline that his father was going to rope her to the main mass of Krondor's glory so the Quagians could have target practice when they passed her in the harbor. It doesn't mean it was true. And I wasn't Jimmy the Hand. You're being modest, Duke. I might be handy with a bow. Why the interest? I was hoping you could give Lockie and I a few pointers. We could stand to learn a little about how to use the crossbow more effectively. As the Moradel don't seem to be charging down our throats this very minute, I suppose I might be able to teach you a little. Martin sighted his crossbow and fired. Feathers drifted from above as the lifeless sparrow crashed through the branches to the ground. A crossbow quarrel neatly driven through its head. It had been dead before it even touched the ground. That's incredible, James said. At that range, I would have thought it impossible. No, Martin said, his look somewhat enigmatic as he knelt to touch the bird at his feet. I hit them to twice that distance, so it was merely difficult. Handing his crossbow over first to James and then to Locklear, he gave instructions as each attempted similar shots. You have both made some progress, Martin said. Just keep doing what you started today, and you'll both make fine marksmen. Baron Gabbett. So Baron Gabbett told us we were to report to you until the siege begins. Where do you want us? I was planning just a little fun. Patras, how's your Mordel? Which one you talking about, Duke? The one I got under my bed, or the one what makes me breakfast in the morning? Amazing, Jimmy. Is it just me, or Patras remind you of a certain admiral we both know? I think he and Amos Trask would either love each other or hate or hang one another from a gibbet. I think the Duke meant, how well do you speak Moradel, Patras? I knew perfectly well what he was saying, you court rat. I can read it, but don't ask me to pronounce any of that dog howling yeehaw. Yoo-haw. You won't have to for what I have in mind. There are some boxes near here that have Mordor plates on them. I want you to crack the codes on them. Imagine those boxes will have supplies of rations for the Mordor once they begin the siege. But I doubt they'll suspect we've tampered with them. If there are any rations, find a way to poison them, then replace them in the boxes. Come back when you find me once you're done. Ooh. Well, that at least answers a few questions. We'd best be back at getting this battle in order. Is there anything else you need at the moment? Just for you three to be careful. We can't afford to lose any more men. I think we can handle that order. You stay out of harm's way as well, Duke. Arutha wouldn't forgive me if you somehow got arrow shot by some Garblin archer. Farewell. I don't think I have any poison, but I can probably buy some from the shop. And I guess we'll put, like, what, 1 ration in each box? Okay, the rest over there. What's north of us on the road? Oh, that's that note I threw out. Are you selling poison, Mr. Shop? Yes. I'm for a sleep. Oops. I didn't drop anything accidentally. Nope. Boom. And I'm gonna have to use that spell again. Someone's door. Oh, I give you all the food. Poison this singular ration. Did it work? It did. That in there. Next. This one was outside. Oh, D was supposed to stay there. Him a singular ration. Poison it? Poisoned? Yes. Put it in the box. This one was onion. Alright, rations are poisoned. Oh. What next job? He was this way? Yep. Things are not going well at all. I started to get reports of some of our scouts, and from the sound of things, this will not be an easy siege, so it's about you looking for me. Poisoning. We poisoned the food in all the Mordor lock chests we could find. There weren't many of them out there. Probably found the majority of them. I wouldn't worry about it. I have something else I need you to do. There was a minstrel that the Baron employed here at Northwarden by the name of Tamni. When we got word that the Mordor were beginning to move down from Raglam to Northwarden Pass, he picked up all his things and disappeared in the middle of the night. The Baron is insistent he be brought back. The Baron mentioned this Tamni to us as well, but why is it so imperative if he come back? Surely the men feel a little betrayed, but if their morale is that shaky. The Baron sent word a short while ago that a Nighthawk was discovered within the confines of the castle this morning, and there's evidence that there may be others. Naturally, word is spread, and the men are edgy about the whole matter. It doesn't help matters. Tamni was never administered an oath of loyalty. And it's possible he was connected to the Nighthawks, I understand. Find him and get him back to Northwarden if you can, but don't let him know you're suspicious. He might bolt. One of Gabbett's scouts has told me there may be goblin activity in the north, so hurry back when you're finished. May need your help. It didn't really tell me where he was. Well, that at least answers a few questions. We best be back at getting this battle in order. Is there anything else you need at the moment? Just for you three, be careful. We can't afford to lose any more men. And I already read that too. So he's probably at Dencamp or Kenting or Wolfram. Hopefully. Oops, wrong button. James stopped and stared off in the distance. After several seconds of contemplation, he turned and began to speak. Look at that tree over there. The lower limbs have all been hacked off. That either means we're near someone's property line or someone was ensuring an unobstructed view of the area. If we continue in this direction, we should proceed with great caution. There's an ambush. They're being watched. Unsure where the observers were located, James wheeled about just as the figure emerged from behind the trees. Boom. Alright, Patras. Do your magic again with the Evil Seek. Cast for full power. Can we do 120 again? No. It must have maybe been powered up with a potion or something that does. Or, I don't think there's crits in this game. Maybe there's magical crits. Hey, get away from me. No. Dragon armor saving the day again. That is... defend oneself in combat. Drink it up, Patras. Hmm. Is his armor poisoned? What does that do? Didn't know you could do that. Ooh. Agreed to attack. The enemy was waiting for them. Blind spell, I guess. Maybe that one's already damaged. Alright, the Dragonstone finally came in handy. Poison rations. Oh. Serrani heavy crossbow better? 40 plus coral. And 0. It's good damage. Arr. I want those stupid Serrani corals? Probably not. It's flaming. Let's see. That body. Let's use that. Uh-oh. Ran into some bad guys. Blind the ogres. Luton's Concentrate. That's for spellcasting. Well, let's rest, I guess, and then drink one of those. And we can probably save our... Let's do. Eric's Bane. Put it on armor to counter the effect of enchanted blades. What's the cave about? Blocked last time I looked. Huh? Door is unlocked. Cracking it open, James peered and appeared before him as darkness of the shaft. When no one replies to his shout of greetings, he turned to Patris. No one down here, James said. Might be interesting to take a look around. Feel like blending around in the dark for a few minutes? Yes. An hour passed. Moving through the long stairwell, it seemed to twist and wind in unexpected directions. They found themselves standing on an earthen floor. Well, I couldn't go in here before, so it must be where I'm supposed to be now. And I wonder for the viewing experience, maybe we'll try the torch. For a bit. Dead end. Oh. Hit yawn before them. Swing across. They agreed to attack. Buckler stumbled. Oh no, Patris is poisoned. I think I bought some of those. Maybe I should have bought more. Let's not sleep here. That guy looks like he's glowing blue. Maybe we'll go back and rest just in case he's like superpowered boss. Let's not sleep here. Where can I sleep then? We got a ring. And this way was the way, I think. This door's already open? We must have been in there. Oh boy. We're not. No treasure or nothing. Their attack was unexpected. Maybe I should have charged up my swords. There's a lot of bad guys. Punch him. Oof. Hit something, would you? No, not the dog. Mattress alone. H, he said? Huh. R. Yeah, make them rest. Nice. Oof. Come on, Locklear. Ah. Stop hitting me. Right. Hopefully that was worth coming in here for. Ashes were cold. Yeah, that food might have been worth it. That's for armor. Drink a red potion. Dogs probably have nothing, right? We've been everywhere except for the last place. Did I go here? Whole room's explored, but I don't remember. Agreed to attack. The attack was unexpected. Nice. No, not the poison, you jerk. It's my last anti-poison berry. Oh! I didn't eat it? Oh no. Made a mistake. Oh, it's Locklear. I thought it was James. Is he still poisoned? He's not. He's just near death. Totally had the wrong guy. Give him the... Your death 54%. 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 34% near death. Oh, was it worth it? West Dragon Armor. That might have been worth it. Oops. There you go, Patras. And one of those bows. Alright, one room left. And it's this way. Left twice, I think. And then... Great. Yes. And let's use some stuff to power up before we go in there. How about a red potion? And maybe an icer. Oh, was there already something on his blade? Righty. He's like glowing blue, that guy. Highland Ogre. Oh, he's just a normal spellcasting ogre. Buckler stumbled. Oh, we can reach him. One tap. 70's pretty good. We can reach him. Nice. We got Fetters of Rhyme. We can freeze one of these guys. Please don't hit my own guy. Yeah. Flawless victory. This was the only room that matters, it seems. 3 chests in here. Or 2? Have to drink or cast the spell. Union. Neck but no head, arms but no hands, waist but no legs. Didn't I already try to solve this one? Have I been in here before? Maybe I've been in here before, because I think I failed to solve that one. Maybe they moved the chest. Maybe they repeat the puzzle. Carpenter left some wood, but would not take it back. I saw some dust where he left it, but couldn't find a stack. This is sawdust. So I have been in here. I thought it was going to tell me this place was blocked. Sure. Ooh, what is this? Geomancy stones. For a moment, James was beguiled by the patterns on the strange stones. Hues of red and ochre interlocked in an intricate web of fault lines and ridges pulled together in shallow depressions so complex were the shapes he could easily see why priests insisted they conveyed secret messages from the gods. I don't know what that does. Well, I guess we'll have to spend some time trying to solve this riddle then. Might need to bust out the trusty notepad. Hopefully it doesn't take me an hour to solve. That should show up, yep. Oh, I gotta cast the spell again. Damn. All right. Neck but no head. It's like bottle or like shirt, jacket. Oh, this one was jacket. That's right. We did solve it. Let's have a look inside again. We did solve that one. Alright, well, we got these geomancy stones. What happens if I try to use them? Hopefully that did something. If you want to leave, there's a pit to my left. Ready to leave. Now what? We keep trying to find Buddy. Did we go to Den Camp? We didn't. Go west. Maybe we're there already. What's this? Widow Halfgate greeted them at the door. Come in, she said warmly. They entered her house and made themselves comfortable. She prepared some tea while she worked. She told them of the soldier at Northwarden that she had her eye on. He's hooked. He just doesn't know it yet, she said with a grin. James smiled back, not knowing whether to envy the man or pity him. They spoke for several minutes and finally turned to leave, thanking her once again for her hospitality as they left. That was, one of the guards' girlfriends or something. They'll be caught passing notes through the gate or something like that. More bad guys. Should I rest first, maybe? Get over there. Don't need this. Use the icer. And drink a red potion. That should be enough to take out these guys. Didn't surprise them. Patris, no! Enough with the poison, you jerk. And? Oof. Buckler was on fire. I need to go get some food. Dang it. In the right body. It's the defensive stuff. Pick it up. Well, maybe if we make it to town, we can find some food. Am I going the right way? South. We either missed it or... seem likely. Just where that one lady lived. He the only person who lives in Den Camp on the Teeth? Is that what we're looking at? What? I guess so. Well, let's go back to town and get some... some food and... anti-venom. Going the wrong way. There serves a tavern to heal all the way up. What's this, dragon armor? Only 147, what a ripoff. Is this saleable? No. I'm gonna need that anymore, hopefully. Alright. Anti-venom. Me 8 of those. I should buy like an icer as well. Right. Ah, get out of here, you. We need rest. 1 hour. That's Den Camp. And that was where we left off. More bad guys. They're going to attack. Come through the trees, they won't see me. Ah. The enemy noticed us. Right. Time for the biggest, baddest evil seek you've ever casted. If you can't use Skyfire Underground, I wonder if there was a spell missing from there. Yeah. Yeah. Spellcaster's down. No poison, please. I'll kill the poison guy. Defend. Beautiful. What else do you have? Yeah. Might as well use the 15 stone for free. I think that was this body. I still need to jack the casters and the ogre. Can we get the other caster? Are they all on top of each other too much? Yeah, heck with it. This is the wrong direction, right? Yes. Well, if they're giving me that, I guess I'll take it. Pushed on the door of the barn. Despite the fact there were no locks visible, the wooden door refused to open. Despite repeated attempts, no one seemed to be strong enough to open it separately or together. Probably have to come back here later. Bad guy's right in town. We've been here before. Let's not visit again. I accidentally clicked on the tavern, I guess. The man invited them to talk. A quiet, amiable fellow who was missing 3 of the fingers on his left hand. He smiled at James and Locklear, told them some stories about their childhood together in Krondor. As James and Locklear. When at last they began the story about the minstrel Laurie, who had become the Duke of Salador, the man nodded but interrupted them, and they claimed he was the best minstrel that ever lived. I imagine this Duke of yours was quite talented, the man said, but a short while ago... This word again. I should look that word up. A jongleur played here, the match of which I've never heard. Immediately, Locklear and James exchanged a meaningful look. And looked back to the man. What did this minstrel look like? Young, attractive, rather tall, as I recall. The man said, "Have you seen him before?" James nodded. "If it's who I'm thinking, then yes. Do you happen to know what became of him?" "Not certain, but he was asking about a place to put down for the night. One of the other patrons that was in here told him that a Franklin nearby sometimes leaves the barn open for travelers. He might have gone there." Making a mental note of all the man said, James began to rise from the table when the man tugged at his sleeve. Another thing, the man told him that the door of the barn sticks quite a bit, and he might not be able to get the door open. It takes quite a strong man to get it unlocked work sometimes. I'll keep that in mind. Have a good day. Cool. I guess we could rest until full. 6 sovereigns for night. "There's a message for you," he said, seeing James reaching beneath the counter. He produced 6 sovereigns. "One of the guests that was here last night told me to give you these and tell you they are a gift from Delicon." James froze, his hand clasped over the coin. "Anything else?" "No, that was it," the man said cheerfully. "Just give him these coins and tell him it was from Delicon. Well, how about spending a little of that newfound fortune on the night here? Eh? That will more than cover the cost. Let's go." Luckily on. "Sleep well the night, Master asked?" "Not exactly," Patrick replied, rubbing his eyes. "The fellow that was sharing our bed toss all night kept burning his elbows in our guts and his fingers in our money pouches." Locklear growled, examining their finances. He stole a handful of golden sovereigns. "And do another night. Get robbed again." And play the bard. I made 33. I didn't immediately put me in battle. That's good. All right. Can we back off from this battle? Let's just turn right around. We go to the barn. James pushed on the door of the barn. Despite the fact there are no locks visible, the wooden door refused to open. Despite repeated attempts, no one seems strong enough to open it separately or together. Well, what if I drink one of these red potions? What if I drink one of the yellow potions? I read this book. Well, hopefully that didn't get rid of my potion effects. Hey, there we go. James pushed on the door of the barn, but it refused to budge. Despite the facts there are no locks open, the wooden door remains securely closed despite the group's repeated efforts to push it open. Finally, after a great deal of struggling, innumerable grunted curses, and a giant whining screech, the rusted hinge is released. James motioned to the figure across the room. The man walked over to join them. He stood before them, shifting nervously. Tammany the Minstrel. I didn't think anyone would, come after ya? Bah, I should have known it. You come a-prancing into Northwarden with that little twanging box of yours, and you sing a blue streak about honor and glory, and when it comes down to it, you ain't got the picture. Instead, you got this yellow streak. You never stand and eyeball your problems face to face. You let other folks run you around. One day, someone's gonna run your life right off a cliff. I'm the one telling me to leave Northwarden. Me. That's Tammany the Minstrel's decision, not someone else's. I'm making the decision to live. The more they'll done run you off, and they ain't even got here yet. They done a better job on you than any duke or baron you cross swords with. I'd not be in the castle with a coward like you anyway. That isn't fair. I'm a minstrel. What good would I be? I don't know how to use a sword. I don't know how to heal wounds or direct a battle. I'll just be in the way. What good would I be? I'm just one insignificant man. Not so insignificant, Tammany. Before I went to serve in Krondor, my father used to advise me. When you have earned your title, make sure your minstrel is well paid. I hadn't a clue what that meant until I saw the battles at Armengar and High Castle and Sethanon and others since. When men sit and listen to songs about great battles, they remember men that themselves. They remember men that themselves have faced terrible dangers and emerged alive. That gives them hope. Maybe they remind men. Sometimes that's the only thing that an army needs. Why do they all have to depend on me? Why did fate arrange it that I was the minstrel who happened to be at Northwarden? We aren't going to force you to go, Tammany. It's your life, your decision. But if you choose to leave, that's your own business. Could I request a favor you before I make a final decision? Anything. I will set your if it will set your feet back on the road to Northwarden. There's a cave not too far from here known as Diviner's Halls. Within there are several small stones called pattern stones by geomancers, which can foretell a man's future. If you return with one, I'll make my decision. Geomancy. Should have figured you'd go in for that. Osum possum. Just another way for something else to make your hard decisions for you. Alright, Patris, we'll see what we can do, Tammany. I have the stones. Did you go to the Diviner's Halls? Did you bring back the pattern stone? Don't get yourself in a tiz, Tammy. We get your silly rocks. Now you walking back to Northwarden, or are we dragging you? I'll walk by myself after I've studied the rock. Tell Baron Gabbett that I'll be there soon. I think he will be rather more relieved than you might imagine. Oh, and why is that? Before I was off from the castle, I had it in mind I wasn't to leave until I had at least made some provisions that I could survive. Even assuming I slipped out of the castle without notice, there was still the issue of how I would pay my way until I reached a safe haven. So after a bit of investigation, I found the treasury. It was being guarded by a fellow by the name of Corby, a fellow who's tryst with a certain girl by the name of Thea I've had the vicarious pleasure of orchestrating over the past several months. Once I had convinced him that she was awaiting him, it was a simple matter of slipping inside and grabbing up a pouch. Not as if the Baron's missed a few golden sovereigns. I think he's involved with other things at the moment. Exactly as I was thinking, but it seemed that when I picked up in the dark was worth rather more than a few dozen sovereigns, several hundreds more. Once I realized what I'd done, I became terrified of going back. I can see why, but when the Baron told us to come and get you, he made no mention of missing money. It's entirely possible that no one has noticed the missing funds as yet. You can take them back to him. I can't, even if I return them. The Baron will be aware that Corby left his post open for me to plunder. Though I can't say I behaved much like a friend to him, I don't wish to betray him twice with the same crime. Actually, I have something of a mission to make. He is the reason why I asked you to retrieve the geomancy stones for me. They aren't worth much, even to a gems dealer, but they can be used to make an attractive stone for a wedding band. For Corby, of course. You've been considering returning all this time, but you wanted to wait until you could cover all possibilities. All but one. I was wondering if you could take the pouch of diamonds and hold on to it until after the battle was over. This way no one gets hurt and we can We can all do what we need to do. Tell me you took them off a dead Nighthawk or something. When you get back to the castle, it's a possibility they will search you since your behavior has been a little odd. I will take the diamonds, but I'll worry about how I will tell him later. My only concern is that you return immediately and we have other things we need to be doing for Duke Martin. Then I'll see you all back at the castle. Don't be too happy about this, Tammany. You and I will have a big score to settle on later. Don't get yourself killed getting back there. Alright, let's go back. We'll skip that encounter right there. Just, I don't think there's a reason to do it. Zoom. Oh, there we go. Things are not going well. Guns. I'm beginning to get wistful for the days when we were running the billets in Krondor for Master DeLacy. I haven't had this much exercise in a long time. So where are these goblins you told us about? What about Tammany? Did you find him? Yes. So it took a little extra work to get him heading back northward, and he promised dutifully he would return, and I believe he will. We had a long talk. I can see now why Arutha values you so much. I personally wouldn't have believed it possible, but as things stand, we still have a long road to hoe, as they say. The Goblin Company of Archers has already moved into the pass and is trying to entrench itself there. If they get a foothold, they may be impossible to root out once the Mordell roll in. We need to find out what their deployment is going to be when the battle begins. Okay, so we grab their leader and give him the hot poker treatment in the dungeon under Northwarden. Tell us where to find him and he's yours. No good. As soon as they discover he's missing, they'll change their tactics. No, what I need is the big plan, and I'll be willing to bet it's still in Raglam. How many scouts has the Baron lent you? I have about 20 men out at the moment. Why? And you won't miss the 3 of us. We're going to Raglam, and we'll find a way to get that plan for you. We plan to march through a company of goblin archers to the city where the Moradil are massing, walk right up to the leader of the enemy and say, "Excuse me, may I just borrow your war plans, please?" As I recall, I snuck the future Duke of Cryde, Prince and Princess and Admiral of the Western Fleet out of Krondor, while it was under siege of Jocko Radburn and Guy de Bastira. I think I can snatch a silly piece of paper. I think if Prince Arutha didn't want to make you the Duke of Krondor someday, he would probably have you killed as a madman. Alright, get me that paper, but be careful, I'll be waiting for you. Right. Where is that place? Raglam. I have to go all the way around? Probably, right? Well, under cover of night. We'll go back to the bridge and see if anything changes here. Yeah, there's too many of them. Okay. All the way around it is. Zoom. Which way? Oh. Go away, Duke Martin. Oh, darn. I missed the chat. Good morning. How long ago did I miss the chat? 3 minutes and 20 minutes. Birdshot in the sky. Searching the landscape for the source of the animal's discomfort, James whispered. I think we might do well to pay attention to that little creature. Whatever startled it may be close at hand. If we continue in the direction we are currently headed, I suggest we do with great caution. Did I miss a turn, or? I guess I did, because I was supposed to turn left somewhere. Yeah, different people. I've got James and Locklear from earlier chapters, and then I got this old man who's the magician for the Baron at this castle of Highwarden that I'm running errands for, trying to set up the defense. Wonder if I have to set up my relog into Streamlabs again so it plays the cue when people chat. Maybe I just missed it. Goodbye. here's the town. I don't really want to fight it dark. Anything we can use to help us get stronger? Let's use that up. And I think I drank a couple of those potions actually to get the door open, so maybe they're still in effect. What happened to the other guys I had before? Let's see. So was that today? I think I was escaping with Gorith and Owen, and I made it south of Armgar, and I ran into this lieutenant who is escorting right now. No, escorted me down to here where Prince Arutha is. So Gorith and Owen told Prince Arutha that Northwarden is going to be attacked by the Moradel from Sar-Sargoth. And then he sent... I don't know actually where Locklear and James come into this. I think Gorith and Owen are still here, but Locklear and James were near Northwarden. How does that work now? James sent Locklear and Owen down to Arutha, but Locklear and Owen... No, excuse me, Gorith and Owen. James sent Gorith and Owen down to Arutha, but on the way, Gorith and Owen got captured and taken up to here, so they had to retreat or escape. And then they finally made it. And then they told Prince Arutha the secret code word that James gave them. And then Prince Arutha believed them. So James was already here. And I guess Locklear made up independently or got sent over earlier. And then the Baron that lives at Northwarden there is like, take my magician, Patris. Or maybe these guys were going to find Patris and found him, and then they grouped up. Attack was unexpected. He's not bad at spellcasting, but his melee and defense, his hit points are pretty pathetic. And he can't move either. He moves like 2 squares because he's an old bastard. But keep using Evil Seek with him. Does a bunch of damage. Yeah. You gonna kill them all? No, one guy lived. I drank one of those Luton's concentrate with him, so he does like double spell damage. Pretty good. Yeah, I had to remind myself what was going on there. Even though, like, I read the whole chapter and stuff, I read it all, and then I just closed the dialogues, and I'm like, okay, what was I doing again? I read it out loud, but didn't absorb a bit of it. There must be a place you can, like, go to read what you're supposed to be doing. Because, like, what if you saved the game and turned it off for a week, and you came back, and you're like, When you load the game, it's like, Chapter 3, the spider and the spyglass, and you got this spider and spyglass, you're like, This is the tavern. Hesitated, we've been here before. Bell rang. Grumbling Magician. I think we already got a lightning staff. We do. Let's hold on to those diamonds, I guess. I was gonna sell this scroll we don't need. Delusions. Bane of Black Slayers. I have no idea. Let's get that. Night Fingers. That's the one I sold. I'm gonna take it with his hand. I need one of those later, I think. Glory Hand. Although glory hands were greatly coveted by witches of various ilks, James wished he had only Wished only to put the horrid thing down. He poked at the mummified form. Bits of yellow bone showed through the cracks in the blackened flesh. The only certain sign that the hand had once belonged to a human. I think it's used for casting spells, so we'll give it to the spellcaster. And we'll learn, Bane of Black Slayers. I kind of wanted to find Final Rest, just in case we found some more Nighthawks and we need to... Final Rest. Let's read this. Maybe we'll buy a red potion too. Alright. Got lots of money. You get a yellow potion, and a red potion. You know what? A blue potion. Perfect. Bane of Black Slayers is obviously a combat spell. Used to be an inn of some kind, but it's abandoned. We've been here before. Tavern doesn't open till noon. And let's just rest. No barding. Where we at? How many encounters are going to be on the road now? No one's lived here in some time. Birdshot into the sky. Oh no, we better pay attention to that. You didn't see it coming. We're ambushed. That's right, you messed with that stupid poison barrel, jerk. Ben Patras. Good job. Spoiled rations. I think we got enough whetstones. Which body was that? The front one? Yeah. Camp on the teeth. More bad guys. Enemy was not surprised. What's this? Bane of Black Slayers. Use on Black Slayers. Okay, well. I don't want that spell. Use Evil Seek. Maximum damage. Gas. Guess I got the spyglass. I think I've, like, been through all this before. That seems familiar. I'm not gonna go off the road for too long. Been here before. We've been here before. Oh. This course is futile. We'll gain nothing save waste. Yeah, it's a good, like, chain lightning spell. This course is futile. We will gain nothing save a waste of valuable time if we continue to travel in this direction. We must turn back. Well... I thought I had to go around to get the Raglan. How else shall I get there? I have to carve my way through the men on the bridge? Maybe it's not a bridge. There's men. Is there a cave I'm supposed to take? Maybe if I go talk to the Baron, he'll tell me there's, like, use these caves. This guy wants me to sneak into the goblin camp and steal their plans. Oh, come on. Rest for an hour. That's the wrong direction, isn't it? We found Tammany as you requested. He told us he will be returning here as quickly as possible. I appreciate your efforts, but I have other matters to concern me at the moment. I still do not like the look of this battle. Is there anything you need from me? Actually, no. When I first saw you, it occurred to me to ask you something, but whatever it was has utterly slipped my mind at the moment. Will it bother you if I come and ask you about it later? We have a few things we need to be attending elsewhere. Go on then. I have a few things to do myself. You are most gracious. Thanks and farewell. Oops, wrong button. Well, maybe we can fight our way through all these guys. A band of goblins milled in the roadway. James stared hard at the leader of the goblin band that faced them. At his side, Locklear counted heads, silently calculating the combined worth of the mercenary force. What do you think, Lockie? James muttered. Whatever Delacon's game is, he's paying for it. Locklear replied grimly, Goblin mercenaries charge small fortunes for their services, and by my guess, there's at least 1,000 sovereigns worth of them here. I don't think they'll attack us unless they think we're getting too close. We might be able to negotiate a passage price. Pah! Patra spat. Dark brothers are dark brothers. They're just mean-spirited, period. Stepping out of the ranks of the enemy, a tall, pale, complected goblin drew his sword and pointed at James, speaking the kingdom with some difficulty. He glared at them with black eyes. You speak price of passage, he said. Dargan here speaking of you and tell to Gula. Gula consider and say price of passing in being thousands of 2 sovereigns. Thousands of 2? You mean 2,000 sovereigns? Gula nodded. If you pay, we shall let you pass. If you come closer and not pay, we kill you. Give us thousands of 2? Yes. James produced the required amount. Throwing it at the feet of the goblin, he waited for it to be collected by the scrambling mercenaries. You promised passage. Yes, the goblin replied. We not fight, nor shall any our company you meet. Tell them you paid your way at Gula's command. We will fight for your baron. As the goblin leader moved away, Locklear chuckled. As he whispered in James's ear, imagine the look on Baron Gabbett's face when that lot marches up northward and announces they're fighting on his side. He'll have a fit. James smiled. Too bad we won't be there to see it. Alrighty then. Is it a magical well? It is. I do not think this is ordinary well water. Are you going to try to drink some? Yes. The water tasted dreadful. Locklear spit it from his mouth as quickly as it had entered. The only thing he did notice the small dead bird next to the well. Damnation, he yelled out at the sky. Seconds later, his mouth already began to numb. He started to spit into the dirt, wiping his tongue with the side of his shirt. I judged this poison to be very strong. Thanks, Sung, I didn't actually swallow any. Would have killed me very quickly, I suspect. Well, Luki, now I have a slow, lingering death to look forward to. Oh, it's Locklear. Whoops, oops. Did I accidentally uncheck one of these things? Armorcraft. He's poisoned. I think I bought some of them anti-poison berries. I could just load the game, but whatever. We'll suffer for my mistakes. I didn't read this. Locklear took a water pouch out of his pack and leaned over the well. A strange smell invaded his nose, and he sniffed it again suspiciously. It seemed to be coming from the well. He leaned over even more and tried to focus his gaze on the water below, but could not distinguish it from the murky darkness. As Patras approached, he held up a hand to stop him. I do not think this is ordinary well water. Are you going to try to drink some? Asked Patras. No. Putting away their water pouches, Locklear noticed something he hadn't seen before, a small dead bird next to the well. I believe we made the right decision, he said. Well, we didn't in the first time. Right. Got past the goblins, now it's time to steal the goblin plans from the goblins. The wind howled, eyeing the gap which was the mouth of Northward and past. James turned to Locklear and clapped him on the back. So, have a little fun, old friend. You know, I've lost friends every time I've gone into the Northlands, Locklear replied coldly. Bronwyn, Captain Moyet? James nodded. Sounds to me you've got something to pay them back for then. What do you say we go stir up trouble with Delacon's troop in the Northland? Yes. They marched in silence, fearing the cloud of the kingdom's speech would carry in the cold sound of. They moved as quickly as possible through the treacherous northward and pass, each steeling himself for the difficulties that lay ahead as they surveyed the snow-covered landscape. Well, it's been just about 2 hours. Hey, what's that? Probably a good place to pause it, or turn the stream off, I mean. And we can get Raglan plans next time and come back to North Warden. Yeah. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for likes and subscribes and pressing all the buttons. If you want to see more episodes or any other games I play, you should check out my YouTube under the live tab or the playlist tab over there. And we'll see you Monday for probably 2 more hours of Betrayal at Krondor. Sundays are my days off. Peace. Love you. See you next time.